Hi, my name is Marietta Mehanni, and I want to share a traveling move that you can do in the water that came from one of my wonderful participants in the Aqua Mentoring group. Her name's Karen. She's always got some I love her insights. They're not predictable, and she does come up with some cool stuff. Now, this does remind me of another move that I learned from Jennifer Shembri-Portelli. It's called Hitch. So you can do all sorts of things with the hitch. But basically, you're holding one leg up. You can do different things with this leg, but you're pulling the other knee up. So you've got basically what I call a hitch hop. But now we're going to move, all right? So it's a traveling move. That's the whole point. We're not doing this on the spot. Let's move forward. So let me back up here. And so we're going to do a hitch hop. So breaststroke arms to travel forwards, reverse stroke arms to travel back. Now, it does work different muscles, of course. So while I'm holding this leg up, nothing's happening here. But while I'm moving this leg, as I move forward, it's definitely more quads. As I move backwards, it's definitely more hamstrings. Isn't that amazing? So moving forwards is more quads. Moving backwards, it was more hamstrings. Now with the hitch hop, you can also travel sideways, and all you have to do is change the arms. Now it's definitely harder coming back, but once you overcome that inertia, you can get going. So it does feel different because I've got this one knee up the whole time. So I'm moving my right leg, it's hitching, pulling the arms across, and now as I come back, I figured that would happen. So as I come back, it's my inner thigh that's working. When I went that way, it was the lateral side of my leg and my outer hip. So this is very cool because with a traveling move, I'm getting opposite muscle groups activating depending on how I'm moving forwards or moving backwards or moving sideways. So if I hold this knee up, if I move forwards, it's quads. If I move backwards, it's hamstrings. If I keep that knee up and I'm moving to the same side as the hopping leg, it's the lateral side of the leg, the abductors. As I move across towards the hitched up leg, it's my adductors. Very nice, very good. And of course, you've got mileage with this move because then you have to do it on the opposite side. Fantastic. Thank you, Karen, for sharing that with us. Great traveling move, something to spice up your classes with. And that is this week's Aqua Tip. You've got to love an exercise that changes the emphasis of a muscle group just by changing the direction of the movement pattern. So to demonstrate this, we can use either a chair or a frame. I'm going to start with the frame because this is probably the easiest one. So I've got the frame, I can hold one knee up and then I can hop with the other leg. Of course, much easier if I can hold my body weight up. If you can't hold your body weight up, sit on the back of the frame and then demonstrate with the opposite leg. The advantage of doing it this way is if you sit over to one side and you demonstrate this action, if you hook the foot behind, you get your balance. This is where you can then demonstrate the arm actions to tell people to move forwards or to go backwards or to pull to the side, so they're moving in that direction, or to pull the arms this way, so they're moving in that direction. Now, what if you don't have a frame? The chair is your next best option. And if you don't have good balance, you might want to also use the chair to demonstrate the arms. So the first thing is you ask people to hold their knee up. I would grab the back of the chair and demonstrate the hopping action so they understand to lift the knee up high. Then you can go ahead and demonstrate the arm action so they understand which way you want them to move in the water. And you can demonstrate this way, move this way. So I also once I demonstrate the arms, I point in the direction that I want them to move in. I use both hands, and I use not just my finger, but the whole palm, because it's a lot clearer, especially if you have a really big class. The other thing that I'd highlight is where they will be feeling it more. And so if they're not feeling it there, they need to pull themselves through the water more effectively. So the whole cue would be, hold your right knee up, we're hopping on the left leg, try and pull a knee up as high as you can. Breaststroke, I want you to come forwards to me. You're going to feel it in your quadricep. Now, reverse stroke, so take the arms back, you're going to move backwards, and you're going to feel it in the hamstring. So for everything that you demonstrate or explain, you're pointing to what muscle that they're working or in the direction that they're moving in, so that there's a real clarity. And I would use both, but of course if you don't have an aqua frame, you use a chair. Now this is such a great exercise. Thank you, Karen. So creative, and I'm really loving the fact that we can target all these muscle groups of the lower body with just that one exercise by changing the direction. Thank you for joining me and subscribing. I hope you're doing that and sharing this with your friends. And that, my friends, is this week's Aqua Tip.